Hi guys, and welcome to another Platypus review. Again, we seem to be looking at some figures I have bought second hand. What we have here are some goblins from Goblin Town on the left, these ones, from the Hobbit miniatures from Games Workshop, and on the right hand side we have some elves, also from the Lord of the Rings / Hobbit range from Games Workshop. I have these guys in, obviously, some of the original Lord of the Rings miniatures, just to measure them up alongside, because it's quite interesting to see that it would appear that the more recent Lord of the Rings miniatures releases are in fact a tiny bit bigger, whereas the original ones were almost designed to be a tad smaller, so that you couldn't fit them in with your normal Warhammer or anything else. Like, for example, that there's quite a big size difference between the two. And you see that there is. Now, I've kind of used them. I quite like these elf figures, and they used to be kicking around relatively cheaply, so I've kind of used them to use for my fantasy elves, really. A small force and a sort of patrol. I don't have any mounted or anything special, just the plastics, and I sort of cut them around a little bit. This one's converted, just in case you were wondering why he's in a bit of a slightly different pose. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clip one of these off the sprue just to put on a base, so you can see the kind of difference, really. And I'll probably pick one of the ones that you have to build, because their arms aren't all wavy and in the way. So these are multi-part, but not multi-pose. Obviously they've done this because some of the poses are a little bit more dynamic, so things like bows and things would be harder to cast in one pose. Hopefully by sticking that in there, well, okay, that one doesn't really show it. They're definitely chunkier for me. So again, if I hold him up, quite slender. You can imagine this guy hasn't got his head on him yet. Similar, but definitely a little bit chunkier for me. Although he might not even be the tallest, I can't really. No, about the same size. So there's a little bit of more bulky to them, more bulk to them. But yeah, let me see if I can get some of these up a bit closer for you to see. I'm going to focus, come on. If I lay them down, it might help. So I managed to get them quite cheap. I bought them, the two sprues, for £10. The goblins I don't intend to use as goblins. I'm going to paint them in a similar way to my spawn, and they're going to be like lesser spawned creatures sort of things. If you look at them all kind of carefully, most of them look, rather than like goblins, they look a bit more like mutants. Some of them have got, like this guy up here. You got this guy who's got a big fat arm, and you got this guy who's got a sort of similar sort of thing going on, and some of the others have got things like hunchbacks. So I'm just going to use them like that, and they're going to be like the kind of another sort of baddie mutanty force, maybe a bit more chaotic, I guess you could say. And the elves, as you can see, most of them come, in fact they all have no head attached. The heads are on the side of the spruce. There's 3 helmeted versions there. There's a few more. Come on. Yeah, there you go. There's a few more there that are helmeted as well. There's one that is not helmeted, so he's obviously going to be the. Oh, come on, focus. Obviously going to be the officer head. But obviously it does give you the opportunity as well, if you have any other elven heads that you like, or perhaps some helmeted less or helmetless ones, and you wanted to have, say, long hair, it gives you that option. I did one to begin with when I first got these. There was more weapon options than there are bodies, but I've counted it up and I think it's almost perfect. So you've got no real extras. It's just literally to give you a bit more in terms of choice of pose, in terms of like they stick out a bit more. So this guy, I don't know if you can see him, I'm going to have to show it to you sort of slightly sideways. This guy up here is actually holding a bow, which is down there, and obviously that would stick if you put it in his hand sort of from the front to back. So obviously on a sprue it's very difficult when it's flat like that. Obviously you've got 4 shields, really nicely detailed shields to go with the guys. I suppose you can choose who you want to give them to. I'm guessing really the spear guys, of which there looks to be 4, and there are 4 shields, that makes sense. So yeah, really, as you can see, and as you really know from Games Workshop, you get really nice detail. Obviously these are a bit more expensive from Games Workshop. I should just quickly look them up. But you normally can find them at discounters online, and you find that about, I think it's normally between 10 and 15% now for plastic stuff from Games Workshop at that kind of discount. If I click on Goblin Town, so it looks like the sprue of Goblins is £20. Read more. 18 miniatures, which that looks like it is. 3, yeah, 7, 3, 7, 9, yeah, 18. So that's £20. So I definitely got a bargain here. I'm gonna say good. That's one Mirkwood, and the Galadhrim warriors. This is what they are £15. So they're 20 and they're 15. Now, not necessarily your cheapest in terms of you probably get slightly more from places like Mantic for your money, but for what they are, you're not going to get the Goblin Town Goblins from anywhere else, the official ones, or anything that looks exactly like the ones from the movie. So if that's what you want to recreate, these are your models. The elves themselves, I really like them. I may end up getting more. Now obviously you don't get so many as the Goblins, you get 12, but for me they are nice models, and like I say, I use the old plastic ones at the moment, and I should probably paint the others to match with them as my elven force in fantasy, because they do everything you need them to do. The only issue I had is that I didn't buy any of the metals, so for me these will be the first spear armed ones that I have. Otherwise the elves have got the swords the same. There's just 3 different types. You've got the bows, spears and swords in the same pack. But anyway, those are the Lord of the Rings miniatures I happened to buy recently, so let me know what you think. Either comments below or come on to Random Platypus and give me an idea of what you think of these. Cheers!